What's up, guys? Coach John Wojo here with another question for you. I'd very much like to ask about the frequency of our workouts. If we are alternating upper and lower body on different days, why do we need a rest day? Assuming he means rest day in between upper body, rest, lower body. I can't help thinking that in terms of bone density and being a female over 50, that it could be more, the frequency could be more. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who told you that you absolutely needed to take a rest day in between upper and lower. But certainly there are literally, once you understand the basics of programming and you are able to balance the volume, intensity, and frequency of your training to allow for enough recovery so you can continue to make progress over time, there's like an infinite number of ways that you could put together a program, and a lot of it is based on your individual needs. And then as long as you're able to train, recover, and make progress, that's the name of the game. So there are no like hard and fast rules as far as when you absolutely need to take a rest day. You know, aside from if you just destroyed a muscle group and you're not recovered yet, and then you're expecting to go into the gym the next day to train that same muscle group again, that is not wise. But you can certainly, and I do this myself, I train, my training changes over time, but right now what I've been following for probably not an entire year yet, but let me think, like maybe 8 months, I've been following basically the same type of structure where I've been doing upper body Monday, all upper body Monday, lower body Tuesday, with an emphasis on quads. Rest Wednesday, upper body on Thursday, which is basically the same exercises I'm doing Monday, but slightly different rep ranges. Lower body again on Friday with a hamstring emphasis. And then I do upper body again on Saturday, but Saturday's workout is more just like accessory movements. It's not like real heavy pushing and pulling. It's more like, side raises, just hitting all the different heads of the shoulder and arms. And it's kind of like an accessory day. And then Sunday is rest, and then I repeat. And I do that for 3 weeks in a row of escalating intensity, and then I take a week deload. That's what works for me based on my goals and my age and where I'm at. You could be entirely different, but like I said, the important thing to consider is the volume and the intensity and the frequency of your training, giving you enough rest so you can recover and you can make progress. The volume, intensity, and frequency of your training have to be, what's the word? Oh, the term is escaping me right now. But basically, if one goes up, one of the other two have to go down. So you can't just bring them all up. So if the volume of your training goes up, then the intensity and or frequency should be reduced. If the frequency of your training is up, then the volume and intensity, one or the other, may have to go down. So there's a balance that you have to achieve there between those three. And a well-constructed program, something that is created by a knowledgeable coach, of which there are plenty out there, they've already done the heavy lifting for you and kind of figured that out. And that's why the program generally works for most people. But once you start taking control of your own programming, you could kind of play around with what you think works for you and experiment on yourself, and you'll eventually find a sweet spot where you could train fairly frequently, perhaps at different intensities, and you could really get into the nuts and bolts of programming that way. But I hope that helps answer your question. Guys, if you appreciate the content, like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you soon.